guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Crusader Kings 2 Eastern Roman Empire. Still takes me a few seconds to remember what the title of this is, and the game I'm actually playing. It is a Paradox game, and I'm so used to that instantly being Europa Universalis 4. 'Tis not the case. Anyway, I don't know why I started up. I was planning on pausing right away. Orko, as always, thank you for your comments and your explanations about how the game works for as long as I can remember. We're going to go on a little adventures through Crusader Kings 2. I would, when I wasn't playing as the Eastern Roman Empire or the Byzantine Empire, however you want to call them, I would always send somebody over to obviously steal technology. But I'm not going to steal technology from myself. That would be silly. Besides, I can't, right? I gotta go someplace else. And we're freaking Byzantium, right? So, yeah, you go there. That's fine. Who are we gonna steal from? We're not gonna steal from anybody because we're the most technologically advanced nation in the world, and I want to keep it that way. So, counterintuitively, because we're the most technologically advanced country in the world, we're not going to research anything. Instead, we're going to use our steward here to collect taxes, which is going to mean we're going to get more money coming our way, which is great. Training troops is awesome because our levy reinforcements comes up more. And yeah, so basically what I would do when I'm the Empire is just, you know, play the freaking game and study all the tech I could. I never realized that it was actually detrimental to do that. So no longer shall we be doing that. But I still will be building universities. You might consider that a waste of gold, but I'm thinking if the converter works the way I think it does, it's going to pay dividends when we hit EU4. And really, my plan for the Empire, and I've done it a few times, if Constantinople is the only domain that I have, that's fine. You can still run an empire just fine. Mainly going off of your retinue and your imperial troops and the Varangian Guard. I mean, it's just, you don't need more land than just Constantinople to rule the empire. And I think your vassals sort of appreciate the fact that, you know, you only have one holding. So you're not some sort of super rich emperor. Another approach, obviously, is to take all of Thrace. Right? So we'd have to somehow get Theodosius of Calliopolis here and the Monomachos line removed from running the county of Calliopolis. Man, I'm going to get a lesson in Greek, that's for sure. But really, I find I just need Constantinople to do a pretty bang-up job of running an empire. So that's the plan there. Now, as for expansion and conquests, well, I was saying previously that, you know, I want to sort of focus on the Seljuks. But if we take a look, they've got about 19,000 troops. And we've got about 15,000, 17,000, plus a bit more. Like, it's still going to be close to fight those guys. We're not quite strong enough. Freaking Polican heresies popping up everywhere. Ridiculous. We definitely want more land before we go after the Seljuks. Now, obviously, going east is the plan, but to go east effectively, we might have to go just a little bit west. So what I want to do is just take a look at any claimants of the Duchy of Dulka. Dulkia? Dulkja? Who knows? Well, people out there know. Not this guy. So there's no claimants to this land. So what we could try doing then is doing something crazy like marrying into it. But at the moment, you know, it's probably not going to happen. And I do need to do something about Prince Zenobios here. Theodolius is probably going to turn out to be a much better emperor. So we can just hold off on that. What's your plot? Fabricate a claim on the county of Karen? Where is the county of Karen? I might not want to stop you. It should be. Oh, it's there? End your damn plot. There's gonna be no conniving or conniving. I think I just made a word there. Yes, it was misdirected. You're not going to get that land. So we got to get Dulcia, and we've got to get the Kingdom of Georgia as well. Now, another thing we could go for, obviously, are these lands up here. This guy is Russian Orthodox, though, so, you know, it's quite the mustache he's decided to apply to his face. We can't get a holy war on this guy, but we certainly could get some sort of claim, or maybe there's a claim to the county of... Nope. What about... Korchev. No claims there either. Okay, so we're going to need to figure out a way to get Tumtakarkan there as ours. We could go after, obviously, the rest of the Crimean Peninsula. My liege, peasants have attacked me while collecting taxes. You see, this is what I was worried about with the collecting of taxes. Yeah, the money's good. I mean, the money's great. But it's those little events, which is also why I like research, is you can sort of just set it and forget it. I don't know if we necessarily want to push into the Crimea. If we do that, then we might as well go for the Pechengs here and get Wallachia or Wallachia and Moldova, as well as Crimea. So what do we got here? We'll educate you. We still have time. We still have time. You are a gray eminence. You are a scholar. You're greedy. You're lustful, and you're trusting. You're not bad. Plus, you'll like me more. So there's that. And we'll see what he can do with this stutterer. Maybe turn him into a good kid. Potentially a good leader, but I have a feeling Theodolius here is just going to be a better king. Correction, a better emperor. Yes, don't be calling me a king. Okay, so we're going to get 1,000 troops there. It's still not enough to take on the Seljuks. So we definitely need to find... Are these guys at war with anyone? Oh, hello. Okay, what religion are you? You are Sunni. And these guys are all Shia, I believe. Well, no, you're Sunni. So, I mean, that's my big concern. If I go on a holy war... For instance, against these guys here, and maybe take Cyrenaica or Tobruk, you know, Benghazi, even one of these. Benghazi probably wouldn't be a bad spot to grab. We could still wind up getting the freaking Seljuks in on the war, and I don't want that. I want to find a Shiite leader, right? Let me just see. So the Fatimids, you guys are Shia, and the Seljuks, you guys are Sunni. So that's... Well, then maybe we should go after the Fatimids. 17,000 troops is better than 19,000, that's for sure. So not counting my retinue or the Varangian Guard, we could take the Fatimids and go for something like Tripoli? We would be able to get 2 chunks there, I believe. Let me just check that. We can run time, get my retinue up to full strength. If we wanted to do the Holy War for Tripoli, yeah, we would be able to get those 2 provinces there. And who is your liege? Your liege is currently the Duke of Antioch. Okay. All right, so we got ourselves a daughter. Euphrosyne? Sure. But that might be good. We're going to need the land anyway. And, I mean, Tripoli is still monothelite. So, I mean, again, we're adding more of a heresy, but it would be good because they're still technically Orthodox. So that would be helpful. Obviously, these guys are Shia. We'd have to convert them. But that might be the route we go. We might actually go after the Fatimids, who I usually avoid going after first. Man, you really do suck, don't you? Okay, let us... Let's see. You're Orthodox, you're Orthodox, you're Orthodox. You're Tengri. I mean, so if this guy gets captured or assassinated or something, right, we'll just get a new ecumenical patriarch. So really, you're serving the I could go here. Are you guys Catholic or you are? So I could go here because I've actually got the city of Regua. We got that city there. Serves me right for picking a location in Eastern Europe. I should have gone for England. Pronounce those names better. Or what? Improve religious relations? No, I mean, we don't necessarily need to do that. Proselytize. Oh, so we could send him up north. Strangely, we can't send him here, but we could send him there. I guess that's the capital. Oh! It's all making sense now. Okay, so who do we want to make Orthodox? I guess the Pechengs? Would that be a good idea? Because if these guys were Orthodox, we could form sort of an alliance, get sort of a buffer state between Hungary and Poland, basically, or even Kiev if it does well here. But that might not be a bad idea. Can we? No, so it's only like the pagans, right? And why are you showing up? Well, I guess because you're my land, but we don't need to send you there. All right. Well, I might go here then. Or I could, work on the freaking heresies that are popping up, which would probably be a better idea. Right? Like, I mean, all the Miaphysites over here should probably start, getting converted. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll play it safe. We'll go there. And that'll be good. Let's get out of the religious view. And I suppose there is Dwin here, who is attacking the Kingdom of Georgia. He is Sunni. So the Casabelas do I have against him? I do have a de jure claim for my vassal. The Basilius of Armenia, and I believe you are in Armenia. Well then, that just seems like a good idea. We'll do that war instead. Our retinues aren't quite to full strength, but that's okay. We don't need them to be. Quite frankly, we don't need the entire military of the Empire to do this war. These are probably going to be more than enough men. Get over there. We'll get you on your boats. Okay, and we'll ship you there. We'll get you on your boats. And we'll ship you there as well. And we'll get you guys on your boats. But we'll ship you to there. Alright, and now, with all those guys marching around, we can get the Greek portion of our empire sorted here. And yeah, you can come too. There we go. So we'll let our troops sort of get to their assigned locations. You can just keep marching up that way. And you can march up that way too. And you can march there. So, I mean, this, like I say, should be enough troops. It looks like they've got about 1,700. And we should have that without too much issue there. So we can go ahead and get rid of our fleets. We don't need them. We could use them to ship, the troops from Constantinople east, but I don't even think that's going to be a necessity, really. Theodora. I mean, I've got plenty of heir choices, so it's not like a bastard's going to wind up on the throne. Sure, let's give her a tumble. It's good to be the Basilius. Which I guess is the title I should be using instead of Emperor. That makes more sense. We can crank this up to speed 4. This is not going to be a difficult war. Come on, get over. There we go. Okay, let's merge you guys together and put the best 3 commanders we've got. We'll put our unpredictable leader in the middle. And how's our cavalry looking here? Where's our big cavalry numbers? We don't have big cavalry numbers. Okay, so we can just go with him and with him. Maybe they'll get some bonuses on this little adventure. Who knows? What we can also do is use our much larger army over here with certainly not me leading. So you're going to resign, and you are not a good leader either. So we've got those guys. So we'll put, have we got cavalry kicking around somewhere in force? Not really. So you can take that flank with the cavalry, and then you can go there, and then you can go there. Beautiful. And we'll just march you over to Annie here in case any sort of troops happen to come down. But I think 7,000 men should have this without issue. So now it's just a matter of kicking back, letting the siege happen. What have we got? A dangerous faction. Lower crown authority. Now, with this faction popping up, I'm not that concerned. 8,000 men? Whatevs. We'll be able to raise enough men to fight it. What I am concerned about, though, as I get on in my years, 36 is certainly by no means old, but if I were to die and, say, Zenobus here were to take over, who's actually starting to look like a fairly decent leader. We'll have to see how Theodolus here winds up, but regardless, the last thing I want is to have a kid on the throne while there's a faction to lower the crown authority, because that's just going to wind up meaning that we've got no crown authority in our realm. You, I would imagine, won't really be that good of a steward. You want to become a Mysticos, you want to become a Strategos, you want to become the Scalieros. But you're an underhanded rogue. You're not really suited for the position, and you're not landed. So, well, we could put the Varangian Guard dude in. I'm going to go with Michael here, the Duke of Colonia, because he's a thrifty clerk and he wants to be on the council. He's not going to get the position he wants, but he is going to get a position nonetheless. So what you can do is just go and collect taxes. Wow! What killed you? Okay, well then. Who's next on our list? I guess the captain of the Varangian Guard. Although that seems like it's certainly wasted. So we'll take Petroslav here. And you can assign well-leading troops. That's a very good point. My wife has retired to the convent for a short while to gather her thoughts and find some peace, maybe even God. Perfect occasion to spend with my lover. Who is my lover? Theodora. Yeah, okay. I already have Lustful, so we might as well go for Deceitful, because I don't think I have that. And, I mean, it is a fairly good trait. The hit to Diplomacy sucks, but we've got good Diplomacy. We can knock it down to 16 without too much of a concern. Craven would be just dumb, or I could lose her as a lover. And I don't particularly want to do that at the moment. So we'll just get for the gain the Deceitful trait, which we didn't do. The comfort my lover offered has resulted in her becoming pregnant. Oh dear, that is a thing. Well, it doesn't look like she's pregnant. Huh, okay. Who knows? The clergy is not satisfied with collecting a tithe from all free peasants. They demand the right to collect an extra tithe. A tithe is a tenth of the peasant's harvest or a tenth of the craftsman's production. If the priests were allowed to collect another tithe, it would double the taxes and thus make the peasants protest wildly. No. No. My people are taxed enough. They don't need to be given any more money to the Patriarch of Constantinople. they can keep it, because keeping happy peasants is the key to keeping a stable, long, successful, strong empire, and it looks like the Kingdom of Georgia is having a bit of a civil war. It would be nice to get in on that. But I guess right now we're sort of coming to their aid instead. And as I realize I could send these 9,000 men in to just speed up this whole siege thing, but it isn't really going that slowly. Mayor Lazarus sends word that several members of the Varangian Guard run amok in his quarter of Constantinople yesterday. Their drunken stupor, the Norsemen set fire to an end. Oh, in their drunken stupor, the Norsemen set fire to an end, killed 3 guards, and physically abused 5 local merchants and 2 priests. The people are crying out for justice. Make an example of them, please. I like the Varangian Guard, and I certainly like their war-fighting spirit, but good God. Killing people in the streets of Constantinople? No, I cannot stand for that. What kind of Basilius would I be? Not a very good one. Alright, close enough. Let's just hack this down. Finish this off. We're done. Your land is mine. Perfect. Set our troops down. Our retinue is ready to return to Constantinople. And if I am correct in the assumption, you have a new liege. Him, who should be happier with me because I've completed his holdings. So there we go. That's not looking too shabby. Our military power is looking a little hurting. There's no question about that, but it'll come back. You know, we did take some losses in that fighting, so that's fine. A son was born to Theodora Ducas and an unknown father. Oh, good. Good, nobody knows. That's wonderful. I do feel bad about the little bastard, though, so we'll give him 20 gold. Just to set him on his way. And I don't like him. Really. I mean, if he were to be found out, it would be horrible for me. But, you know, I do have to take care of my own. I guess we've got the Hashemid dynasty up here that we could go after. They are Sunni, so the chances of the Seljuks jumping in on that war are pretty high, which is why I would rather focus on them. Although there is the Fatimids, which honestly I am thinking more and more would be probably a good idea. They've got 18,000 men, so that is climbing. Are they at war with anybody currently? They are at war with... oh, well, that's not going to be much of a war, is it? Yeah, I think next time we'll have to go after the Fatimids once we get our forces a bit better, a bit better resupplied, and in fact we could probably do to get some more retinues up here. So I like the thought of heavy cavalry and some horse archers. It is expensive, but we'll do it. And we'll get those guys into there. You can resign, because I don't necessarily need a commander right now. We're not at war, so we're pretty safe. And yeah, the Empire is looking pretty groovy, if I do say so myself. And the addition of Tripoli would be good. It would continue on down into, obviously... I mean, once we get Tripoli, we might as well just go for Galilee, right? And then once we get Galilee, we might as well go for Jerusalem, and then we got the Holy Land. Which would be a pretty big boon to the Byzantine Empire, if I do say so myself. What's your plan? You want to kill somebody? Good God, no. End your damn plot. Thank you. I forgive you. Just don't pull the trigger on that assassination. What do we got? We need a new Mysticos and the Dew of Dyrachirion. There is actually looking... Obviously, the Mayor of Galata is looking great, right? An intricate web weaver. He's a scholar. He's at 17. Oh, I might just go that route then. I mean, the reason why... If he was at like 16 or 15, I would definitely go for Theodolus here, but Photius here, I mean, 17, that's a good number. That is going to be a good boost to my scheming, which is going to be necessary. Collect taxes, please. Thank you. And what else do we need? I guess we could go and try and lay a claim on something in the Kingdom of Georgia. But really, yeah, there's not too many claimants there. What we could also do is try and marry into it. But at the moment, that means my daughter. And I doubt they'd go for a matrilineal marriage. So, you know. And old Zenovis here, he's not turning out too badly. Oh, Bulgarian liberation. 7,000 men, my god. Alright, well, let's raise my own troops. And then, you're close and you're young, so you'll probably be into it. You're close. And you will definitely need to lend your troops. You will need to. You will need to. And you will need to. That should be good. Will it? Probably not. So we might as well grab... Oh, you've already been raised. So we'll grab you. And we'll grab you. Ooh, 700. No, go that way. Of course. And, well, we might as well grab the rest of the troops in the west. And it would probably be quicker, actually, if I just went ahead, raised your fleets, and set sail. And we might as well do that with the rest of these lower Greek armies here. So get on your boats, sail for Thrake. Get on your boats, sail for Thrake. And we'll see what sort of army we've been able to assemble here. Oh, hello. Yes, you can join in too. Anna, a new one, huh? Sure. We're really moving through the Dukas family, I'll tell you that much. But hey, our last time we were pretty lucky. Never had to lay claim to that bastard, so hopefully things continue rolling in my favor when it comes to the ladies. Yeah, you're gonna need an education. And you keep going to this guy. I don't know why. Where is he in the list? Anyway. I feel like going back to manual here would be a good idea. Just train both my kids and we'll see which one winds up being better. And then we can pick our despot from there. Normally I like to name the despot right away. Just because it seems to be better that way. Don't necessarily need to worry about individual military skills in that case. Because this is just, it's really just going to be a steamroll through here and done. Accept. Alright. Well, let's disband the troops that we had to raise and send my retinue back. 2,000 men soon enough, which is nice. Romanos, I appreciate your willingness to lead my men, but it's not necessary. Let's go take a look at my prisoners. My god, we got a lot of people in prison. Okay, let's see. You will get ransomed. And you will get ransomed. And you will get ransomed. We still got some people who aren't going to be ransomed. And you, if I remember correctly, sir, you led a revolt against me. Now that is not cool. Coolin. Alright? Here's what I think about that. I notice you haven't had kids, Coolin, so you never will. How do you like that? Probably don't like it at all. And for shits and giggles, we got the money. Let's hold a grand tournament just to make everybody like me a little bit more. Yeah. Perfect. Wonderful. So only one of those guys was actually pissed at me who wanted Allah to kill me. The other two were like, look, you're a great guy. Here's your ransom money. Enjoy. Still my Physite out there. Yay! Tournament to begin for the next 2 months. Oh my. Emir was tragically killed in Egyptian Orthodox. I don't know how he wound up in my court. But he did. So that is unfortunate. You're complaining about your cell, are you? See, the problem is... Oh, you're a secondary wife, are you? I don't know how to explain this to you, Nila, but... Oh, well, I guess your primary husband is dead. Alright, well look, I imagine you've had a pretty rough life, so let's just set you free. I'll be merciful. And, what about you? Maya Fizzite, huh? If I could just be like, hey, jerk, convert. In prison, that would be great. Lucas, you've won the grand tournament, and I see that you are unmarried. That is not good. So for winning the great tournament, I am going to give you a possessed girl named Zoe. Matrilineally. No? Well, I guess then you're not going to get married. Fine, you live your life the way you want to, man. What about you? You could probably use a wife. How about a possessed girl? Perfect. And you. Yeah, it looks like you could use a wife too. So you get... I guess Theodora? No? Matrilineally? No? Okay. Alright, well I didn't give any of the... I obviously gave the Dukas girl that I've got no interest in up for marriage. Nobody needs a possessed lover. That would just be crazy. Alright, so with the boost, we still only have 14,000 troops. And let's just check the factions. For the lower Crown Authority... Like, I mean, they like me well enough. So I think we're going to be safe for the next little while. We will, of course... have to wait and see how our kids turn out, but as long as our heir, whoever we decide to pick as the next Basilius, comes of age before I die, we're golden. I think this is going to be a good place to leave the video for now. So, we'll take the Byzantine Empire, we'll save it there. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed this episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching. And we'll see you next time.